Here's another camera that's been lent to me recently. This is the Pentax ME Super. I'm going to split the video into two parts. The first part is going to be simply on how to load the camera properly, how to wind it on for the first few frames, how to check that it's winding on properly, and then how to rewind the film safely to make sure that you don't waste any frames. For the sake of convenience, I'm going to do this with the lens off. So to take the lens off this camera, I depress this black button here and turn the lens round, and the lens releases. If I turn the camera over, to open the camera, I pull up the film rewind knob and the camera simply pops open. Here you can see the camera back open. Okay, I'm going to put the film in the camera. Here's my film cassette. As you can see, it's upside down. This fits snugly in here, and I secure it simply by pressing the rewind knob back down. And I'm going to hold it in place with the finger while I drag this across. So I take my leader, which is the thin part of the film, and I push it between two of the nylon rods on the take-up spool. Now, you can see it's beginning to wind on, but I'm holding the film in place with two fingers until both the bottom and the top sprockets actually engage with the film. And at that point, I can close the camera up. Nice snap should tell me that it's closed. Lovely. Now I'm going to move on a bit more and take a picture. And I need to wind the camera on until I get to the start point in this window here. Now I know this is working for two really good reasons. The first one is that you will see that the film rewind knob rotates at the same time as I advance the film. The other indicator, which may be completely paranoid overkill on the part of Pentax, is I have a little window here which allows me to see, and if I film this way, that the film is progressing. It's not actually going round and round, it's just going backwards and forwards, but actually that's an indication that the film is on the top sprocket. Okay, let's assume I've got to the end of the film. This is a very short film. If I want to take the film out of the camera, now the film is now at this end of the camera, so I have to depress this button in the bottom. That releases a clutch inside the wheel which allows the advancing sprockets to go backwards. If I then wind this lever out, you'll see I need to turn it in this direction. I turn it until it goes loose. I could turn it right back into the cassette. I don't really want to do that. So let's open the camera up, and you can see that now I can lift out the film. One thing to be aware of in these cameras and others of this sort are these nylon rods. These are actually a weak point in the system. They're relatively fragile, so sometimes these break. It's not as bad as a Minolta camera such as an XG2 or an XD7 where the rods are in fact they're tabs on those cameras, they're much bigger and are far more likely to break, but this is a weak point of the system, so if you're going to buy one of these, I would advise checking that first. So I've loaded my cassette, I've wound it on, I've made sure it's safe. When I've got to the end of the film, I've rewound it, and now it's safely back in its cassette. Job done.